Good evening and welcome to the Crawdads pregame show on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. Today's pre and post game show is brought to you by Up the Creek Records, Walnut Creek's premier destination for vinyls and live music, and an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Let's check out what's been happening up the creek. My name is Charlie Limoncelli, everybody. I will be your guide to today's broadcast on the pregame show and, of course, taking you all the way on the play-by-play today. Big matchup on tap for this one, the Crawdads and the Red Tails. But first, a little recap of yesterday with some highlights. Shane Aldridge, the right fielder, led off with a very big leadoff triple to get things going in the creek. That was in the bottom of the first, no one out. Got himself on board, which led to a couple batters later. Ryan Ellis, the fourth-year Crawdad, had a big RBI double, got some runs across for Walnut Creek, allowed them to jump out to an early lead against Berkovich Honors of Head First Baseball Academy. Then later on in the bottom of the first, 2 outs, Crawdads were up 4-0. Trevor Wilson, RBI single, gives the Crawdads an even bigger lead. Or pardon me, Elijah Ramos with an RBI single to drive in Kevin Parker after Bryden Bull was aboard. Then it goes to Trevor Wilson, continuing that bottom of the first inning. RBI single, scores Bryden Bull. Crawdads with a 5-0 lead at that point. From then, the offense kind of quieted down. You got to go all the way back to the bottom of the fourth inning. Crawdads up in a big spot, 8-2, driving a couple more via another Elijah Ramos RBI single. And after that, to the sixth, Peyton Rolls, a big RBI triple. TJ Woodson scores from third, a 14-8 lead for the Walnut Creek Crawdads. They were really pouring it on at that point. Moving on to the top of the seventh, 2 outs, the Crawdads with runners on second and third, Kevin Parker makes this fantastic backpedal catch, somersaulting on the way down, saves a couple of runs from coming across the plate. 14-10 Crawdads at that point. Then bottom of the eighth, 1 down. Head First Baseball leading, runners on second and third. Peyton Rolls with a go-ahead RBI double. Wilson and Woodson come across. 17-16 lead for Walnut Creek, which they would not relinquish. You go to the the top of the ninth, 2 outs. Alex Gomez strikes out the side to end the game and win opening day for Walnut Creek. A big victory for the Crawdads, something they desperately needed after starting the season last year with a loss to that same Berkovich Honors squad. Pretty big win for momentum's sake. The Crawdads had not lost an opening day game in the Brant Cummings era up until last year, but finally able to avenge that loss a year later on June 3rd. Big thing in that game for the Crawdads. The pitching staff issued a lot of walks, something they're going to need to clean up. And we'll talk more about that in our Keys to the Game right after this break. So we're going to take a quick one here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the Crawdads pregame show, brought to you by Up the Creek Records, Walnut Creek's premier destination for vinyls, live music, and an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Let's cut to our keys to the game for today, this matchup between the Crawdads and the Red Tails. First off, pitchers have to attack the strike zone. That's something we saw yesterday against Berkovich Honors. They did not do 11 free passes the Crawdads dished out, which plays right into our second key to the game, limit walks. In order to limit walks, you just throw it down the heart of the plate. This is a league, the California Collegiate League, where throwing over the heart of the zone, you're going to end up with some weak contact, and guys are going to roll over or hit weak fly balls. Moving to the offensive side of the game for Walnut Creek, controlled aggression at the plate. That's a quote from manager Brant Cummings last year. Riley Leininger, the starting third baseman for Walnut Creek, a big guy out of Oklahoma from the left side, really was good at contact hitting and getting on base early in the season, but Brant Cummings, middle of the season, told him, controlled aggression, rip through the ball, use your big frame to tap into that power. Similar phrase for Walnut Creek. Be aggressive at the zone, turn good pitches into hits, but don't be over-aggressive. Look at pitches, work counts, keep building the momentum. The next key to the game, Crawdads need to stack wins, get momentum going, something they started poorly last year. 0-3 start for Walnut Creek before ripping off a 7-game win streak to bring them to the top of the CCL North at the time. Like to avoid starting out slowly and start the season off right. Another win today would put that well into play, so to speak. The final key to the game, sort out the lineup puzzle. There's so many good offensive weapons in this Crawdad roster. Manager Brant Cummings has his work cut out for him trying to figure out who he wants to be his regular starters. Obviously, this is summer ball. Everybody's going to play at different points in the season, but you need to have a certified core of guys you know you can go to in your big games and work towards figuring out who that postseason lineup is going to be when the games matter more in July and August. So that being said, that's been our keys to the game here on the Crawdad pregame show. Big game with the California Red Tails today, a much deeper roster than the Crawdads played against yesterday with Berkovich Honors. In total, in addition to the 9 guys in the starting lineup plus the starting pitcher today for the Red Tails, 20 additional guys on the bench that the Red Tails could go to. Berkovich had position players stepping in from the field to the mound, just a bit of a different sort of context to this game. So there's going to be lots of substitution. It's going to be a hard-fought game like we saw yesterday. Berkovich did not quit, obviously coming down from a 13-2 loss, or excuse me, a 13-2 deficit. They rallied back, had a 16-14 lead for the Crawdads, put up 3 in the bottom of the 8th to take the lead and cement their victory on opening day. So we'll see. Big game in store in non-conference play here in the CCL. We'll take a quick break. First pitch at 6 p.m. Pacific time. We'll have that action for you right here. This pregame show brought to you by Up the Creek Records. Thanks to them for being an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. We'll be back for first pitch after this. Welcome back to the Crawdads Streaming Network for first pitch over at 6 o'clock. Today's first pitch time and temperature, 6 o'clock p.m., 69 degrees out here in Oakland, brought to you by Meadowlark Dairy, an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Meadowlark Dairy, bringing Old Town vibes and family fun since 1919. We're going to watch the national anthem be played here real quick, folks. I'm Charlie Limoncelli, your broadcaster for the day. Crawdads taking the field, that's what they traditionally do. They'll sit out in their positions and obviously stand hand over the heart for the national anthem, which we'll play, and we'll step aside for that right after this. Welcome back to the Crawdad Streaming Network. First pitch underway in a couple of minutes, but first let's take a look at the starting pitcher matchups. On the hill today for the Walnut Creek Crawdads is Alessandro Martinez, today's starting pitcher matchup, brought to you by Danville Chocolates, an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Alessandro Martinez, 2026 at Concordia University Irvine, 10 appearances, 11.37 ERA, 11.4 strikeout percentage, and opposing hitters hit 369 against him on the season. True freshman this spring at Concordia Irvine. Now a rising sophomore, he'll head back there to play a second season. Martinez, a Walnut Creek Crawdad native, or excuse me, a Walnut Creek, California native. He went to Las Lomas High School in the East Bay. 4 varsity seasons, a 2.88 ERA in 35 appearances throughout his high school career. We'll go over that and much more on the broadcast today. But first, a quick look at the California Red Tails lineup. Leading off, Dominic Scafani playing center field. Then Isaiah Broadus playing left field. Hitting third, Caleb Catalano in right field. The cleanup man, Pablo Ocio, the catcher. Then in the 5 spot, Isaiah Work playing third base. Beckett Montgomery, the shortstop, hitting 6th. Adam Kobayashi playing first base and hitting 7th. Julian Brennick, the designated hitter, in the 8th spot. And rounding out the lineup for the Red Tails, Vincent Gianni Olinger playing second base. Defense for the Crawdads will start behind the dish. Riley Winchell getting his first start as a Crawdad. Then Barrett Ronson at first. Peyton Rolls at second base. TJ Woodson at short. Kevin Parker Jr. over at third. Dylan Perez in left field, Bryden Bull in center field, and Shane Aldrich in right field, where he started yesterday. So here's Scafani, the right-hander, stepping in against Martinez, another righty on the hill. First offering from Martinez. Called a strike on the upper third. 0-1 to Scafani, a guy who plays at the College of Marin. The 0-1 offering to him. Outside heater, 1 ball and 1 strike. Martinez on the hill stands at 5'11", 205 pounds. His first start as a Crawdad, a new member of the team. The 1-1. Scafani swings and misses. Martinez shakes off a pair of calls from Winchell. Agrees to this one. Kicks and deals the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him to bite with the slider. Winchell throws to first to secure the out. One down in the top of the first brings up Isaiah Broadus, the left fielder, hitting from the left side. Broadus plays his college ball at Hayward, where we were yesterday, Chabot College. Crawdads have played pretty well there. First offering to Broadus. Outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Lefty digs in. Martinez on the hill, working from the first base side of the rubber. Turns and deals. Swing and a miss. Foul tip into the glove, it'll be called officially, but either way, the result's the same, a strike. Martinez, 12 2/3 innings pitched at Concordia. His 1-1 offering. Fouled back, 1-2. In those 12 innings, Martinez allowed 24 hits, 16 earned runs, had 9 strikeouts to 12 walks. Up and down season for him at the Division II level. The 1-2 to Broadus. Off speed and outside. 2-2. Broadus at the dish, trying to get something started for the Red Tails. It was a slow start offensively for Berkovich Honors yesterday, but they certainly found their way on the offensive end. The 2-2. Upstairs, full count. Like I mentioned in the pregame show, the Crawdads led 13-2 at one point. That was the bottom of the fourth. Then Berkovich Honors clawed all the way back. The payoff for Martinez. Ball 4. A heater misses outside. Berkovich led 16-14 entering the bottom of the 8th. And the Crawdads added 3 to take the lead, which they would not relinquish. 1 on, 1 out for Caleb Catalano, right-handed right fielder. First pitch from Martinez, high and tight, 1-0. The first at-bat to Scafani. Martinez threw a first pitch strike, now 2 straight first pitch balls. The 1-0, swing and a miss. Catalano misses the high cheese. Catalano plays his college ball at the College of Sequoias out here in the Bay Area. The 1-1 for Martinez, another whiff. Overpowering fastball on that outer third. That's where Martinez has been most reliable through these first 3 batters. The righty shakes off one offering, agrees to this from Winchell. The 1-2. Catalano checks his swing on the outside fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Should Catalano get aboard, the cleanup man, Osio, up next. The 2-2. Flared into shallow right field. Gets in just left of the first base foul line. Catalano heading to second. Throw bounces in front of Woodson. In comes Broadus. He'll score from third on the throwing error. Early 1-0 lead for the California Red Tails. One-run lead for California. Runner in scoring position for the cleanup man, Pablo Osio, hitting from the left side. First offering from Martinez, up and away. Osio, a UC San Diego man, playing at the Division I level. No batting gloves for the lefty here. Martinez to second, now the 1-0. Fastball on the bottom third, strike one. 3 straight batters for Alessandro Martinez, where the first pitch has been a ball. Count is even now, 1-1. The righty comes home. Off speed and outside. 2-1. Osio waiting patiently for his pitch. Trying to create an even bigger early lead for the Red Tails. Martinez delivers the 2-1. Hit on the ground to third. Parker Jr. picks it up. He'll just throw to first for 1. They hold Catalano over at second base. 2 down now in the top of the first as Osio is retired. Now the 5th batter this inning, Isaiah Work, the right-handed third baseman, up to bat. Righty-righty matchup for Martinez here. Already the 1 run has come across in this inning. Crawdads trying to limit the damage. Martinez, first pitch, swing and a miss. Nasty slider the righty went to there against Isaiah Work, the College of San Mateo product. Martinez sets at the chest. The 0-1. Slider, same spot. Doesn't get a bite. Work quickly back into the batter's box, raring to go. Martinez and Winchell at their own pace. The 1-1. Slider misses outside. 2-1 count to Work. Catalano still over there at second base following his RBI single. The 2-1 from Martinez. Swing and a miss. Work couldn't quite catch up to that heater from Martinez. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Crawdads trying to escape the top of the first with just 1 run allowed. Martinez dangles the arm, peers in. Resets back at the rubber, chest high. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Filthy slider from Alessandro Martinez. Strikes out Isaiah Work to end the inning. 1 run comes across for the Red Tails. We'll take a quick break and we'll have the bottom of the first right after this. Welcome to the bottom of the first on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Let's take a look. Today's starting pitcher brought to you by Danville Chocolates for the California Red Tails. It's Kingston Salinas, the left-hander, on the bump today for the Red Tails. A Doherty high school guy, has not graduated yet. Notably, the Crawdads 2-2 against left-handed pitching last year, 22-18 against righties in the 2025 season. Salinas first offering upstairs on Shane Aldrich, the leadoff man for Walnut Creek. Aldridge yesterday led off the game with a double, a triple, was 1 for 5. Also walked and scored a run. The 1-1 flared away, foul. The 1-0, pardon me. Now it's 1-1. Aldridge from Menlo College. The 1-1 checks his swing, fouls it back. 1-2 to Shane Aldridge. Hayward native went to Moreau Catholic High School. Umpire takes off her mask. Now back to it behind the dish. Salinas with the 1-2. Breaking ball high and tight. Count evens. Will be Aldridge, Rolls, and Moss, the top three for Brant Cummings and the Crawdads. Here's the 2-2, wave and a miss. Aldridge down, swinging. One down in the bottom of the second brings up Peyton Rolls, yesterday's player of the game for Walnut Creek. He went 4 for 5, 5 runs driven in, 2 runs scored as he hit a pair of singles, a double, and a triple. Also stole a bag. He was the man, the rising sophomore at San Jose State. Has the advantage here against the left-handed pitcher from the right-handed batter's box. After him, it'll be Sutter Moss, Barrett Ronson, Dylan Perez, and Riley Winchell. First pitch from Selena is well outside. After Winchell, Kevin Parker Jr., Bryden Bull, and TJ Woodson to round out the Crawdad order. The 1-0 swing and a miss. 1-1 count to Rolls from Benicia, California. Salinas peers in, resets the 1-1. Upstairs curveball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Kingston Salinas working at the third base side of the rubber. His next offering to Rolls. Hit foul down the third base side. Two balls and 2 strikes to the Crawdads starting second baseman. Rolls played over at third yesterday, not a position he usually plays. He was the starting second guy for San Jose State all year. Salinas misses with the fastball, full count. Rolls back into the right-handed batter's box. Well up on the plate. Here's the payoff. Fouled back. We'll do it again. Salinas has the sign, kicks and fires. Rolls, swings and misses at the high cheese. 2 straight strikeouts for Kingston Salinas, the lefty, in a groove. Now the third batter of the inning for Walnut Creek, Sutter Moss, a designated hitter. Rising redshirt sophomore at Delta College in the San Joaquin Valley. Moss yesterday had 2 at-bats for the Crawdads, replaced Ryan Ellis as the designated hitter at the 6th inning. Struck out and did not reach base. First offering to the lefty hitter upstairs. Moss from Colusa, California. Went to a high school by the same name, the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Swung through his shoes on the inside curveball. Moss did not play this spring. Played last summer with the Humboldt Crabs after a monster year at Delta College. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Moss underneath that fastball there from Salinas. The young Crawdad making his first start with the team. Down a 1-2 hole. Salinas misses well outside on the breaking ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Sutter Moss. 6 foot flat, 210-pound left-hander. The 2-2. Fastball well upstairs. Full count. It's the second straight full count that Kingston Salinas has worked into. The payoff to Moss. Breaking ball hard of the plate. Strike 3 looking. Kingston Salinas strikes out the side in the bottom of the first, one to the top of the second. Red Tails a 1-0 lead over the Crawdads. We'll be right back on the Walnut Creek Streaming Network. Back for the top of the second on the Crawdads Streaming Network. The California Red Tails up to bat, leading 1-0 over your Walnut Creek Crawdads. Beckett Montgomery, Adam Kobayashi, and Julian Brennick. 6, 7, 8 hitters due up. Alessandro Martinez looking to get through his second inning of work. Allowed 1 hit and 1 run. Also had a defensive error that the Crawdads threw into. First offering to the righty Montgomery. Off speed, misses low. 1-0 count to the right-hander Montgomery. The 1-0 offering from Martinez misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes to the Red Tails starting shortstop. Martinez kicks and delivers the 2-0. Misses outside again. 3 balls and no strikes. Martinez, 6 batters faced, has thrown just 2 first pitch strikes. The 3-0. Fastball on the inner third, called a strike. Montgomery thought that was ball 4. He tossed the bat and took off his elbow guard. But instead, he has to walk back into the box. Martinez, the 3-1. Montgomery takes outside for ball 4. Second walk of the day that Alessandro Martinez has allowed. No out base runner for Adam Kobayashi. Right-handed first baseman goes to Stevens Institute University. Pardon me, a left-hander, Kobayashi is. Supposedly a defensive wizard. First pitch to him, outside. Crawdad bullpen went through 6 guys yesterday after Michael Olson had a 2-inning start. The 1-0 to Kobayashi, swing and a miss. Left-hander Olson yesterday for Walnut Creek, 2 innings, 2 hits, 5 strikeouts, a career high, and just 3 walks. The 1-1 to Kobayashi, outside. 2-1. Then after Michael Olson was relieved, it was Miles Brand, Carlos Hernandez, Noah Zirkle, Austin Bolello, and Alex Gomez. The 2-1 for Martinez. Hit hard on the ground to second, rolls fields, throws to second for 1, on to first in time. 4-6-3 double play. Now all of a sudden 2 down, and the 8-man Julian Brennick in the DH spot up to bat. Crawdads didn't turn any double plays yesterday. That is the first one this season. Defense, a staple of this franchise, something that manager Brant Cummings preaches to his guys. First pitch to Brennick after the pitcher's best friend, inside breaking ball. Brennick, another College of Marin guy. The 1-0 to him. Breaking ball sits in the bottom third, strike 1. Martinez, one of 3 freshmen to throw for the Concordia University Irvine team, as he delivers a 1-1 slider for a strike. Was credited with a postseason victory against Fresno Pacific. He struck out 3 of his 4. The 1-2. Check swing. Brennick didn't go around on the outside slider. 2-2. 2 down, nobody on in the top of the second. 1-0 lead for the Red Tails. Martinez winds and fires. Fastball in the dirt. Full count. Second full count that Alessandro Martinez has worked into today. His first start as a Crawdad. The righty's payoff. Ball 4 high. Third walk of the day for Martinez. Crawdad saw 11 walks yesterday. That matched their 2025 single game total. As the 9-hole man, Vincent Gianni Ollinger, steps in, playing second base. First pitch to him, outside. No first pitch strikes for Martinez in this inning. Down in a 1-0 count. 1 runner aboard. The 1-0. Inside on the heater. Gianni Ollinger goes to the College of San Mateo. Solid middle infielder out there on the peninsula. Martinez with the 2-0. Fastball on the inner third, called a strike. Brennick, a short lead at first. Ronson playing on the bag for the Crawdads. The 2-1 comes home. Hit hard, shallow center field for a base hit. Brennick stops at first, but Gianni Ollinger gets the second hit of the day for the Red Tails. Turns the lineup over to the leadoff man, Dominic Scafani. Martinez a bit of 2-out trouble here in the top of the second. Struck out Scafani to start this game on just 4 pitches. Would love to repeat some of that success. The righty deals. Slow chopper to Woodson at second. The flip to the bag in time. Pardon me, Woodson at shortstop. Nonetheless, the outcome the same. Crawdads strand a pair, and we'll head to the bottom of the second. Walnut Creek trailing by 2. Can they get it back? Find out next on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Back for the the bottom of the second on the Crawdad Streaming Network. Heart of the order due up for Walnut Creek. Barrett Ronson, Dylan Pettis, and Riley Winchell. Back in the first inning, the Crawdads were held hitless. They went down in order, but yesterday, 6 hits, 6 runs for these Crawdads. First offering to Ronson, making his first start as a Crawdad, is low. 1 ball, no strikes. Salinas, despite offering 3 first pitch balls to the top of the Crawdad order, struck them all out. The 1-0, chopped foul down third. 1-1 to Ronson, who replaced Bryden Bull over at first base in the 6th inning. Only had 1 at bat, but man, he smoked a 97-mile-an-hour single off the bat to get his first hit with Walnut Creek. The 1-1 from Salinas, well outside. 2-1 to Ronson, the Santa Ana College man, hitting the harder of the order there for a team that went 44-7. The 2-1, smashed into the gap, left center, easy base hit. Ronson turning from first, he'll head to second. Does he have the legs? Yes, he does. He'll slide safely into second base. Throw gets away from the second baseman, Gianni Ollinger, a little bit, but how about a leadoff double for Barrett Ronson? 2 for 2 as a Crawdad now. Leadoff double brings up Dylan Pettis, the left fielder for Walnut Creek. Had a forgettable Crawdad debut, 0 for 5 yesterday as the starting left fielder with 2 strikeouts. Did score a run after he reached on an error later in the game. RBI chance for Pettis now. True freshman from Baylor. First pitch hit hard on the ground to first. Kobayashi gets away from him. Bronson's getting the wave. He'll head home. They're going to rule that an E3 as Dylan Pettis reaches first and a run comes across. Crawdads tie the game at 1 early in the bottom of the second. No one out. Pettis at first for Riley Winchell, catcher, making his Crawdad debut. Winchell, a rising sophomore at Chabot College. First pitch to him. Fastball called a strike. So much for the claimed defensive wizard Kobayashi over at first. Gets an error early in this game. First pitch to Winchell, swing and a miss. Pettis goes from first. On the steal attempt, he's safe. Oh, 0-2 count, though, to Riley Winchell at the dish. Another RBI chance for the Crawdads, though, in this tie ball game. Winchell redshirted his first season in 2025 at the University of Pacific. Then had a monster campaign at Chabot this spring. The 0-2 hit on the ground to third. Work picks up, fires to first in time for the first out. Perez stays put at second. One down, one out in the bottom of the second for Kevin Parker Jr. starting at third base today for Walnut Creek. Started at shortstop yesterday. Parker Jr., rising redshirt senior in the transfer portal, did not play at all this season at Texas Southern. Last played collegiately at Utah Valley in 2025. Salinas kicks and fires. Shallow left center field, easy base hit for Parker Jr. Perez waving around, he'll score from second, and Parker Jr. with enough speed to get to second himself. An RBI double. Parker Jr.'s first hit as a Crawdad gives them a 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the second. So scratch that. They're going to call it a single plus a throwing error in left field that allows Parker Jr. to get to second. Either way, here's Bryden Bull from the left side of the plate. First pitch to him, up and away. Bull, a true freshman, redshirted this spring at Ole Miss. He'll retain a year of eligibility. The 1-0, big wave. Salinas got him to bite on the breaking ball. 1 ball and 1 strike to Bull, who had a couple of monster shots in batting practice for the Crawdads over the left field wall. The 1-1 is in the dirt. Parker Jr. stays put at second. 2-1 at the dish to Bull. First Crawdad ever to call the University of Mississippi his home school. Salinas appears to second. Now the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Bull bit on that inside fastball. Now the 2-2 to Bull. Swing and a miss. 2 for 4 yesterday. Starts out his day 0 for 1. And with 2 down now, RBI chance for TJ Woodson, making his first start as a Crawdad, and it's at shortstop. Woodson came in yesterday as a defensive replacement, played second base, had a hard hit double that allowed him to score later. First pitch from Salinas, fastball inner third, strike 1. A 2-1 lead for the Crawdads. Woodson in the 9-hole trying to extend it. The 1-0 from Salinas, fouled away. 0-2 the count now. Woodson, like Bull, did not play this spring at his Power 4 university, in this case Baylor, so redshirted, retains a year of eligibility heading into next fall. Salinas briefly steps off, now looks back in, ready to put the Crawdads away. He's got the 0-2 advantage to the right-hander Woodson. Here it comes. Bloop single, flared into shallow right. Gianni Olinger working back, puts it into the glove. The Crawdads plate 2, strand 1, and we'll head to the top of the third. The Red Tails trying to crawl back, trailing by 1. We'll have that action right here on the Crawdads streaming network. Back for the top of the third on the Crawdads Streaming Network. A 2-3 lead for Walnut Creek. Take a look at what happened the last time in the top of the second.
2-1 for Martinez.
Defensive
Hit
play.
hard
The
on the ground to
Crawdads
second.
turned
Rolls
a 4-6-3
throws to
double
second
play.
for one. On to first
Peyton
in
rolls
time.
to TJ Woodson all the way over to
double
Barrett
play.
Lawson, the pitcher's best friend. Got Alessandro Martinez out of a bit of a jam. Now the right-hander working against the top of the red tail order. 2-3-4 duo. Broadus, Catalino, and Osio. So here's Broadus. Worked a walk in his first at. Martinez kicks and fires. Chopped foul. Quickly 0-1 to Broadus, the left fielder. Martinez thus far 2 hits, 1 run has come across, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. The 0-1 fastball away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Isaiah Broadus from Chabot College. Trying to get something started for the Red Tails, trailing 1. The 1-1 hit hard into center field. Bull tracks it back and puts it away. Bryden Bull started yesterday at first base for Walnut Creek, but after our general manager Austin Oda talked to him in the dugout earlier today, Bull played only outfield in high school, but brought in to Ole Miss. They think he might be a more natural first baseman either way. Gets the nod at center field today, position he's played a lot. First offering from Martinez to Catalano, in there for a strike on the outer third. 0-1 count. Nobody on, 1 down in the top of the third. Martinez kicks and fires. Fastball in the same spot. Quickly 0-2. 4 pitches, 3 of them strikes early in this inning for Martinez. Now the 0-2 pitch. Misses the slider outside. Caleb Catalano, the right-hander. The 1-2, he takes inside, 2-2 count. Martinez officially with that last out has gone longer than Michael Olson did yesterday for the Crawdads in 2 1/3 innings now. The 2-2. Check swing on the outside slider. But Catalano held up. Full count. Manager Cummings and the pitching coach Dustin Chaney for Walnut Creek would certainly like to see their bullpen a little less taxed. 5 guys came out of the pen to relieve Olson. They would love for Martinez to get some length here. Here's the payoff to Catalano. Missed somewhere. Either way, it's ball 4. One out base runner for the Red Tails and the cleanup man up to bat after Alessandro Martinez's 4th walk of the game. Pablo Osio with a chance. Never mind. We're going to go to a break. Manager Brent Cummings is going to have a chat with Martinez. We'll see if they pull right after this. Quick break, just a meeting on the mound. We'll get right back to the action. The lefty Osio steps in, playing catcher. 1 man aboard for the lefty. Martinez winds and deals. Sinker on the outer third, called a strike. Martinez in the stretch yet again today. His 0-1 offering. Hit hard into left field. Easy base hit for Osio. Runners at second and first for Isaiah Work, the right-handed third baseman. That was just nice, easy contact. Martinez missed on the breaking ball. Osio served it into right. So here's Work, struck out swinging to end the first inning. In that at-bat, had a runner on second, couldn't do anything with the RBI chance. Martinez looks to second. Now comes home on the first offering. Slider, outer third. Strike one. Work up in the batter's box. The 0-1 offering to him. Swing and a miss. Isaiah Work down 0-2. Alessandro Martinez, first base side of the rubber. Sets chest. 0-2 comes home. High pop up to center field. Bull tracking back. Camps under it. Easy catch on the fly ball. Second man now retired. Still 2 on, but 2 down in the top of the third for the California Red Tails. Beckett Montgomery with a chance to drive a few in. He walked to lead off the second inning. Favorable righty-righty matchup here for Martinez. His first offering. Slider misses outside. Catalano, decent speed at second. Osio, a little slower at first. Martinez steps off, feigns the pickoff to second base. Now the righty comes set again. The 1-0 home. Misses outside again. 2-0 to Montgomery. Kobayashi looming on deck. He grounded into a 4-6-3 double play, which we showed in this beginning of this top half of the inning. The 2-0, wave and a miss. Montgomery took a bite at that slider. When it's in the zone, Martinez has located his breaking ball well, but has had a little bit of trouble painting that outer third with it against these righties. The 2-1, slider inside, gets him on the back door, 2-2. Beautiful pitch there from Alessandro Martinez. One pitch away from getting out of the jam. Montgomery chokes up, trying to protect the plate, at least get a board, if not score a run here. Martinez peers at second. Catalano dancing, charges off the mound, but nobody was covering second base. There's no point in Rolls covering the bag with 2 down and 2 strikes. Now everybody resets. The 2-2. Slider misses away. Full count. Patient at bat from Beckett Montgomery. Was up 3-0 in his first at bat, then got 1 strike called on him, and then on the next pitch worked the walk. The payoff from Martinez, runners go. Hit softly to Woodson over at second, collects sidearm throw to first in time. That'll do it in the top of the third. Crawdads maintain their 1-run lead. Will they extend it in the bottom half of the frame? To be determined. Don't go anywhere, folks. You'll see for yourselves right after this on the Crawdads streaming network. Back for the bottom of the third on the Crawdads streaming network. New pitcher for the California Red Tails as they trail by 1. Ethan Quach, the right-hander, usually an outfielder for these California Red Tails. A Bradshaw Christian high school guy, has not graduated from the college ranks just yet, or the high school ranks to the college, I should say. Either way, he's facing the top of the Crawdad order. Aldridge, Rolls, and Moss guaranteed at-bats in this frame. Aldridge started out the game offensively for the Crawdads with a strikeout swinging against Salinas. First pitch to the left-hander. Snorted into left field, just fair. Into right field, I should say. Catalano chasing it down, digs it out of the corner, but Shane Aldridge, nice jam shot to right for a leadoff double. RBI chance now for Peyton Rolls. And the final line for Salinas, effective. 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, and no walks for the young left-hander for the Red Tails. Here's Rolls, also struck out in the first. 5 runs driven for him yesterday. First pitch, slow chopper back to the mound. Quach fields, fires to first for the out. Aldridge moves over to third. One down in the bottom of the third for Sutter Moss. Moss struck out looking his first at-bat in the bottom of the first. Quach, third base side of the rubber, kicks and fires. Fastball upstairs. 1-0 to Moss, looking for his first hit as a Crawdad. 0 for 3 thus far with 2 strikeouts. The 1-0 in the dirt, 2-0. Moss last summer with the Humboldt Crabs, 21 games, 69 at-bats. A .246 batting average, 18 runs driven in. Walked nearly as many times as he struck out, 20 walks to 25 Ks. The 2-0 from Quach. Fastball inner third, strike 1. Aldridge, 90 feet away from being the third run for the Crawdads. Quach on the 2-1. Moss waves and misses. Took a big ol' hack at that off-speed pitch down the middle. Barrett Ronson on deck for the Crawdads. 2 at-bats, 2 hard-hit balls for him in these first 2 games. The 2-2 to Moss. Hit high in the air, deep to right field. Catalano, just before the track, camps under it and puts it away. Aldridge tagging from third. He'll score no problem on the sac fly. 3-1 lead for Walnut Creek. 2 down in the bottom of the third. Now nobody aboard for Ronson. And like I mentioned, the rising junior from Santa Ana College, a hard hit double to lead off the second, later scored on the throwing error, or the fielding error that allowed Perez to reach. First pitch from Quach to the right-hander, inside. 1-0 to Ronson from Corona, California. Went to Santiago High School. .312 hitter in 3 years of varsity ball. The 1-0. Fouled weakly down the first base line. One and one count to Ronson. Perez on deck for the Crawdads. Winchell would see an at-bat after him. Should both Perez and Ronson reach. Here's the 1-1 from Quach. Curveball misses low. 2-0. 2-1 rather. Ronson flashing the pop in the bat. The 2-1 to him. Well struck into left center. right center rather. Scafani and Catalano ends up with it as the two fielders converge. So the Crawdads get one more across in the bottom of the third. We'll head to the top of the fourth. Red Tails down by 2. Can they cut that deficit? See right after this. Top of the fourth, and the Crawdads call to the bullpen. Alessandro Martinez's day is done. The right-hander Trey Galino, redshirt freshman from California in, University of California, that is. Facing the left-hander Kobayashi in his first at-bat. First pitch to the lefty, skied foul behind the dish. 0-1 to Kobayashi. Galino, 6'2", 195-pound right-hander. Redshirted this spring at Cal. Native of Los Gatos, California, down in the South Bay. Closed off stance for the righty, the 0-1. Kobayashi laced into left field, base hit. Leadoff single for the Red Tails, no one out. And now Julian Brennick, the 8-hole man and designated hitter, up to bat. Galino, his first appearance as a Crawdad, a fresh face for the team. Graduated from Los Gatos High School last spring. First pitch to Brennick. Swing and a miss, high fastball. Martinez, final line. 3 innings, 3 hits, 1 run allowed, 1 error from his defense, stranded 5. 4 walks and a pair of Ks. The 0-1 to Brennick. Breaking ball outer third, nice strike. Galino, one of 3 Cal Golden Bears on this Crawdad staff, along with Miles Tencher and Sam Johnston. 3 guys who have not seen much action over in Berkeley. Trying to eat some innings for the Crawdads and show their stuff. The 0-2. Hit straight to Woods net first. Moves over to his right and snags it. 1 down. Kobayashi over there at first still. Gianni Ollinger up to bat. Singled back in the second inning, looking for his second hit of the day. College of San Mateo Bulldog in the right-handed batter's box. Galino kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. High 80s, low 90s fastball for Galino. It's been effective early in this outing. 3 batters, 3 first pitch strikes for the righty. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Back to the well with the high cheese. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, perhaps. We'll see if Galino goes right back to the high heat. Or maybe a hammer curveball. The 0-2 to Gianni Ollinger. Fastball fouled away into the parking lot. Galino takes his time. Rubs on the new ball. Peers in. Winchell has the sign for him. Quick glance at first, where Kobayashi's taking a healthy lead. Ronson playing on the bag. The 0-2 home. Breaking ball just misses. Never mind, strike 3, a delayed call from the home plate umpire. Trey Galino, his first punch out as a Crawdad. One on, 2 down, top of the 4th. Lineup turns over. Here's Scafani in center field. Galino's first offering. Curveball sits in the zone, strike 1. Galino and Winchell playing at their own pace. Not relaxed, but not rushed. The righty shakes off a sign, agrees to this. The 0-1. Wave and a miss, breaking ball in the dirt. Home plate umpire says Scafani went around. It's 0-2. 3 straight counts that Trey Galino has had the batter in an 0-2 hole after 2 pitches. The Golden Bear looking for a punch out here. Kicks and deals. He'll get it. Fastball outer third. How about Trey Galino? 2 strikeouts in his first inning as a Crawdad. We'll take a quick break. No, never mind. Due up for the Crawdads in the next inning. Pettis, Winchell, and Parker Jr. don't go anywhere. The Crawdads with a 2-run lead, trying to extend it. We'll be right back on the Walnut Creek Streaming Network right after this. Pettis, Winchell, and Parker Jr. due up for the Crawdads in the home half of the 4th. Ethan Quach, the right-hander, still on the hill for the California Red Tails. Got through 1 inning of work just fine. Allowed the leadoff double, but then got the Crawdads to go down 1-2-3 after that. Did allow a run on the sac fly to Sutter Moss. Either way, here's Pettis. Reached on an error in the second. First pitch to him. Hit hard up the middle, base hit. There's the first for Dylan Pettis. The rising sophomore from Baylor gets his first knock as a Crawdad. And now another rookie Crawdad, Winchell, with a chance to get his first, grounded out to third base in the second inning. Pettis, a healthy lead, stole a bag last inning, or last time he was on base. First pitch, fastball runs inside, hits Winchell. Tough start for the right-hander Quach to this inning. 2 on, nobody out in the bottom of the fourth, brings up Kevin Parker Jr. Parker Jr. drove in a run in the second inning, had a base hit, then advanced to second on a fielding error out in left field. Either way, Pettis came in to score after stealing third base. Quach kicks and fires. Parker Jr. looks at a ball upstairs. Quach has not thrown a strike yet this inning, and we're into our third batter now. Breaking ball misses low, so that remains true. 2-0 to Parker Jr. Right-handed third baseman played 19 games, 10 starts at Utah Valley back in 2025. His most recent collegiate action, 211 hitter, 395 slugging percentage, and a 3.18 on-base percentage as he takes breaking ball outside. 3-0 count to Parker Jr. But 2 seasons at Solano College, Parker Jr., a career .330 guy, 429 on-base percentage, 43 total extra base hits. The 3-0 to him. He'll take a fastball down the pipe in the hitter's count. Pettis at second, Winchell at first. 2-run lead for the Crawdads. Bryden Bull on deck. The 3-1. Parker Jr. takes a breaking ball on the inner third, works the count full. Quach with 2 nice recovery pitches. Does he have a third in him? The payoff. Ball 4 below the knees. Parker Jr., his second walk as a Crawdad, and the bases are juiced for Bryden Bull. Lefty right at matching looming, and we'll get a mound visit for the Red Tails. No call to the bullpen yet. Looks like a pep talk at the moment, so we'll keep it right here. But man, would the Crawdads like to have anybody else but Bull up with the bases juiced? Time will tell. In case we haven't alluded to it enough already, Bull, who's at bat, we will see in just a minute, a guy who hit 5 home runs as a senior at Las Vegas High School. One of the most prodigious prospects in the high school class of 2025. The #1 outfielder in Nevada, 39th outfielder nationally out of all the high school graduates in 2025, according to Perfect Game. So the Red Tails will leave Quach in. No one out. Bases juiced in the bottom of the fourth. The righty kicks and fires. Bull hits a tank. Deep left center field. Scafani going back. Track. And he just puts it away. Pettis will tag from third and come in to score. Winchell moves over to third. So Bull gives one a ride, gets a sac fly, and gave us all a little bit too much hope for a homer. Either way, it's a 4-1 lead for Walnut Creek, and just 1 down. Runners on the corners in the bottom of the fourth. Clearly saw he pitched he liked, gave it a ride, and maybe in a different park where he didn't have to go 365 into left center field, he has a homer. RBI chance for Woodson. The first pitch smacked through third on the ground, gets past Work. Easy RBI single. Woodson turning to second. He's going to score. They're going to wave in Kevin Parker Jr., and he'll score. How about a 2 RBI double for TJ Woodson? 6-1 lead for Walnut Creek. 3 at-bats for TJ Woodson, 3 hard-hit balls. A double yesterday, a double today, and a pop-up earlier in this game. Either way, the lineup turns over. Shane Aldrich, RBI chance for him. Quach kicks and fires. Skied in foul territory on the right side. Over is the first baseman Kobayashi, and he makes the grab. Aldridge retired on just 1 pitch. 2-out RBI chance for Peyton Rolls. Starting second baseman today for Walnut Creek is 0 for 2. Struck out in the first, grounded out back to the pitcher in the third after he went 4 for 5 yesterday. First pitch from Quach. Ripped onto third. Work. Glove work. Does he have the throw? Yes, he does. How about the web gem from Isaiah Work to catch Peyton Rolls at first base? Crawdads retired not before getting 3 more in this inning, courtesy of Bryden Bull and TJ Woodson. We'll take a break and head to the top of the 5th. Right after this, the Red Tails with a big deficit to cut into. Back for the top of the 5th at Laney College in Oakland. Quick look at Alessandro Martinez's final line after his start today. 3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 run allowed, 4 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Got a little bit more length than the Crawdads saw from their starter Michael Olson yesterday, and just 1 run of offense allowed to the Red Tails. Crawdads in a good spot. Trey Galino had a stellar first inning as a Crawdad. Allowed the hit, but then 2 straight strikeouts to end the inning. Trying to get through 2 now. Top of the order for the Red Tails. Broadus, Catalino, and Osio, 2, 3, 4. First pitch to Brodus. Fouled away. Galino at Los Gatos High School. A top 300 prospect in the state of California. Didn't get a chance to pitch this spring with the Golden Bears of Cal. Here's the 0-1 to the lefty. Fastball way upstairs. 1-1. Galino has the sign from Winchell. Sets in his closed-off stance. The 1-1 to Brodus. Swing and a miss. That last ball before the 1-1 pitch was just the first ball Galeno has pitched all appearance. The righty's 1-2 offering. Breaking ball, outer third, strike 3 called. Third strikeout of the day for Trey Galeno. Continues his locked-in Crawdad debut performance. Caleb Catalano, the right fielder, up to bat now. First pitch to him. Check swing on the slider outside. The appeal to first base, he went around. Galeno looking in. Now back to the rubber, working at the first base side. The 0-1 to Catalano. Breaking ball in the dirt. Slow walk back to the mound. Trying to get a good grip on the new baseball. Catalano, tall stance in that right-handed batter's box. The 1-1 to him. Fastball outer third, called another strike. One-two count to the Red Tails right fielder. Not a whole lot of offense doing, just 3 hits to this point for the Red Tails. Obviously down by 5. Here's the 1-2 from Galeno. Fastball misses up and away. Crawdads' offense has been a little more potent, especially in that last half inning. A pair of hits, a sac fly from Bryden Bull, and then the 2 RBI double from TJ Woodson to bring it to a 6-1 lead. The 2-2 from Galeno. Fastball misses below the knees. Full count, the first one that Galeno has pitched into today. Right-hander sets just below the chest. The 2-2 offering, the full count pitch. Curveball ran inside on him, and Catalano ducks out of the way for a ball and works the walk. First of the day, first free pass of the day, Trey Galeno has allowed. One man aboard, one down in the top of the 5th for Pablo Ocio, the catcher. Red Tails catcher is 1 for 2 today, singled in the 3rd. Grounded out in the 1st. Galeno misses high. That's now the first time in this appearance that Trey Galeno has not thrown a first pitch strike. The right-hander's recovery 1-0 offering. Up and away. In that last inning, Galeno had a great feel for the zone, but getting away from him a little bit, especially after that full count walk. Missed with the curveball. Now has gone fastball, fastball. Hasn't been able to hit the mark. The 2-0. Curveball just misses the knees. 3 balls and no strikes. Ocio waiting patiently, certainly in a hitter's count. Gotta wonder, the Red Tails down by 5, if he's got the green light to swing. Galeno comes home on the 3-0. Inner third fastball, strike 1. Catalano on base for the 3rd time today. Looming over at first, but Ronson covering the bag rather tightly. The 3-1 to Ocio. Fastball misses away. 2nd straight walk issued by Galeno. What was once a promising early outing from Trey Galino suddenly finds himself in a jam after 2 free passes. And Riley Winchell, his catcher, going to go meet on the mound, talk things over. The stuff has certainly been there for Galino. The Los Gatos native likely just needs a bit of a pep talk for composure's sake here. Isaiah Work, the third baseman for the Red Tails, due up. A guy that's currently 0 for 2, struck out in the first, flew out to center field in the third. Righty-righty matchup this time. Galino's first offering. Fastball, outer third, strike one called. Work digs back in. Tall right-handed stance, RBI chance for him now. His team trailing 5. They'd love to get one back. Right-hander kicks and fires the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Red Tails realizing they're going to have to protect that outer third of the plate. Strikes have been called there all game long against right-handers. The 0-2 from Galino, looking for a punch out. Flared into right field. Aldridge camps under it, puts it away. Catalano feigns the tag at second base. Aldridge has a cannon out there on right. No need to test that here. But with the flyout now, 2 down in the top of the 5th. Still 2 runners aboard for the Red Tails. They'd love to plate some here. But Galino, after issuing the free passes, gets an out back. Now he'll face the right-handed shortstop Montgomery. Montgomery 0 for 1. Walked to lead off the second. Grounded out to short in the third. First pitch to him. Fastball misses the outer third this time. Galino, just a straight 4-seam kind of guy. Also mixes in the curveball. Is 1-0. Winds and deals. Well outside, wild pitch. Both runners advance, no problem. Two runners in scoring position, 2 down. Red Tails trailing by 5. Montgomery, a big chance, up 2-0 in this count. Obviously, the Crawdads have some insurance, but Galino does not want to add more runs. The 2-0 pitch. Curveball, outer third. You bet it's a strike. Certainly the recovery pitch that Winchell and Galino were looking for. This battery duo tries to navigate the jam. The 2-1 curveball runs inside, plunks Montgomery, and the bases are juiced with 2 down in the top of the 5th. And now in a pivotal spot for the Red Tails, the left-handed first baseman Kobayashi at the dish. He's already 1 for 2 today, single to lead off the 4th, which to this point is the only hit that Trey Galino has allowed. Galino out of the stretch. First pitch, swing and a miss. Despite the base traffic, still only 2 batters where Galino has not thrown a first pitch strike. The 0-1 well inside on Kobayashi. No, it hits him, and a runner comes in. 2 straight hit by pitches for Trey Galino. 6-2 lead for the Crawdads. The Red Tails trailing now by just 2, and out comes manager Brant Cummings. Right-hander right out of the pen looks primed to hop in this game. But Galino and Cummings are going to talk about this one before he makes the move. Now he'll officially take the ball. We'll take a quick break while the new pitcher gets warmed up. Bases juiced, 2 outs in the top of the 5th. We'll be right back. Back for the top of the 5th. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Trey Galino worked into the jam, and the Crawdads go to the bullpen. Kalani Jauregui, the right-handed pitcher from San Diego State, gets the nod. Working against Julian Brennick after Kobayashi was hit by pitch. First offering to the right-hander, inside fastball, 1-0. Jauregui, a rookie Crawdad making his debut here today from Chula Vista, California. Redshirted this spring at San Diego State. He did not get a chance to play in a loaded bullpen for the Aztecs. The 1-0 offering. Fastball, same spot. Too far inside. Jauregui and the Crawdads just need 1 out here to escape the jam. Got a 4-run lead, so just a bit of insurance, but like we saw yesterday, no lead is safe. The 2-0. We'll call it a foul ball on the check swing. 2-1 to Julian Brennick, the DH, who is 0 for 1 today. Lined out to shortstop in the 4th, walked in the 2nd. Like I mentioned, the Crawdads scored 6 runs in the 1st, 7 runs in the 4th yesterday to command a 13-2 lead against Berkovich Honors, but then all of a sudden, Berkovich rallied back. 5 runs in the 6th, 4 in the 7th, 3 in the 8th to take a 16-14 lead, which forced the Crawdads to score 3 in the bottom of the 8th to claim victory. Jauregui, the 2-1, trying to limit the damage here. Misses the breaking ball low. 3 balls and 1 strike to Brennick with the bases juiced. Got to imagine he's got the green light to swing. Right-hander sets at the belt. Working from the first base side, the 3-1. Fastball at the knees, works the count full. Perhaps the highest pressure moment in this game. Jauregui comes set. The payoff pitch. Strike 3 on the inside fastball. Kalani Jauregui gets out of a big jam for the Crawdads in his first appearance with his new team. We'll head to the home half of the 5th. Crawdads with a 4-run lead. Will they extend it? Will they not? Come find out on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Welcome back to the top of the fifth on the Crawdads Streaming Network. The last time the Crawdads were at bat, we had this monster RBI double from TJ Woodson. Take a look. Just hit a really nice drive right down the third base line. Nobody could get there, especially not Isaiah Work manning the bag. And two runners came across for Walnut Creek, Dylan Perez and Riley Winchell. So new pitcher on the hill and a bunch of substitutions here for the Red Tails. Most important one being Cohen Garcia on the hill. So we'll get you those defensive substitutions as soon as we can get them. Either way, the lefty Sutter Moss up to bat against the left-hander Cohen Garcia. Taller pitcher than we've seen thus far for the Red Tails. Lefty-lefty matchup, kicks and fires. Fouled back. Moss out in front, down 0-1 now. Moss steps back in. 0 for 2 today. The 0-1. Breaking ball well inside. Gives himself some time. Moss working back in at Delta College, a true freshman in 2025, a monster campaign, 336 batting average, 451 on base percentage with 21 extra base hits. 1-1 from Garcia, fouled back. 1-2 to Sutter Moss. Working in the DH spot again today for Walnut Creek. Saw a pair of at-bats there yesterday. Still searching for his first hit. It's 0 for 4 as a Crawdad in 2 games. Here's the 1-2. Sword. The check swing goes around. Ball bounces off either the bat or the hand. Nonetheless, we'll stay right here. 1-2. Moss will go back to the left-handed batter's box. Ronson and Perez on deck. Moss did get his first RBI as a Crawdad on a sac fly to right field in the third. The 1-2, Garcia misses the breaking ball inside, runs Moss away out of the box. Moss, in his freshman campaign at Delta College, was an American Baseball Coaches Association and Rawlings All-American second-team selection. As the 1-2, he swings and fouls it away. Never mind, he swings and the ball hits him. So that aggressive approach results in a swinging strikeout. 1 down in the bottom of the 5th. Here's Ronson. Ronson 1 for 2 today. Hard hit double in the second. Flew out into right field last time up. That was back in the third. Garcia threw his first batter. First offering to Ronson. Two-seamer hits the outer third. 0-1 count to the Crawdad right-handed first baseman. Garcia, third base side of the rubber. Kicks and fires. That low 3/4 arm delivery. Misses a two-seamer outside this time. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1. Ronson waves and misses. Low changeup from Garcia gets a bite there. One run in the first, 1 in the 5th for the Red Tails. The Crawdads 2 in the second, 1 in the third, 3 in the 4th. The 1-2 to Ronson. Two-seamer outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. One down in the bottom of the 5th. Crawdads know after yesterday, no lead is safe. Trying to pack on some more insurance. Garcia comes home with the 2-2. Breaking ball hit over to Montgomery at short. He catches it right in the glove. Ball took a little bit of a loopy trajectory, nearly hit the ground, but it won't matter. The line drive straight in the glove retires Ronson. 2 down for Dylan Pettis, the left fielder. His last time up, got his first hit as a Crawdad. Hard hit single up the middle. Prior to that, reached on an error, a fielding error at first base, in which Kevin Parker Jr. scored. First pitch to the lefty, breaking ball misses high. Pettis, a rising sophomore at Baylor. Played in 34 games for the Bears this spring, 25 of which were starts, 100 at-bats for the true freshman. The 1-0 hit straight on a line to Gianni Ollinger at second, and after 2 lineouts, the Crawdads are retired in the bottom of the 5th. We'll head to the 6th inning. Red Tails due up, still trailing by 4. We'll have that action right after this. Back for the top of the 6th. The Red Tails up to bat, 9-1-2 due up. And Trey Galino, his final line, 1 2/3 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. As Kalani Haregi delivers a first pitch strike to Gianni Ollinger over at second base. Right-hander from San Diego State kicks and delivers the 0-1. Hit deep into left field. Pettis tracking back to the wall, and it's into the corner. An extra base hit for Gianni Ollinger as he'll round second and stop up short. A leadoff base hit for the 9-hole man. Talk about table setting. Lineup turns over. Dominic Scafani on deck, and Gaetano Poliziotti, the left fielder, replaced Isaiah Brodus last inning defensively. He'll take his first hacks of the day. But first, Scafani from the right side. Shows bunt, pulls it back as Haregi misses the fastball. RBI chance for the Red Tails. The 1-0 offering from the right-hander. Scafani shows bunt again, pulls it back as there's another ball delivered. Now the 2-0. Soft ground ball to short. Woodson collects. Fires to first base in time. Johnny Ollinger advances over to third. And now for the first time in this game, this guy, Gaetano Poliziati, the right-hander from College of Marin. First pitch to him, ducks and plunks him in the head. So in these last 2 innings, the Crawdads struggling with hit by pitch. Galino plunked 2. Hadegi plunks his first. Runners on the corners with 1 down for the 3-spot man, Caleb Catalano. The guy who's been on base every single at-bat. Singled in the first, and then walked in the third and the fifth. First pitch to him, inside fastball. 1-0 to Catalano. Hadegi looking for his command. The 1-0 from the stretch. Fastball, same spot. 2-0. Hadegi shakes off the call from Winchell, agrees to this though. Comes home on the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Same location on the heater. Different result this time as Catalano takes a swing. Johnny Ollinger at third. Poliziati at first. As Catalano takes another strike, this time on the outer third, 2-2. Hadegi, the 2-2. Soft hit ground ball to second. Woodson at short on to second, then throws to Ronson, misses the bag. Does he have the tag? No, he does not, the umpires say. So the run will come across. Johnny Ollinger reaches safely on the fielder's choice RBI from Caleb Catalano. 6-3 ball game. The Red Tails trailing, but now manager Brant Cummings for Walnut Creek reasoning with the umpire that had to be an out. And now we're going to get a conference between the 2 umpires today. There's a chance this one's coming back. On the other side for the Red Tails, coach out of the dugout now. He's going to have a chat with the umpires as well, get the reasoning behind this, especially if they change the call here. But at the moment, runners in place. Kalani Hadegi taking the opportunity to toss it to Kevin Parker Jr., play a little catch and stay loose. And they are going to rule it an out after much deliberation. So the run comes off the board, and a 6-4-3 double play. The Crawdads escape the jam, and now the home half of the 6th and a chance to extend the lead. We'll take a break here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. It's the bottom of the 6th on the Crawdads streaming network. 6, 7, 8 due up Riley Winchell, Kevin Parker Jr., and Bryden Bull. All against Cohen Garcia, the lefty, still on the mound, came in the bottom of the 5th. Spotless 1-2-3 inning of relief after Ethan Quach and Kingston Salinas went just a couple. Lefty's first offering to Winchell. Hard hit ground ball to short. The throw to first is well in time. Winchell retired on just one pitch, the 6-3 ground out. So one down in the bottom of the 6th, and in comes Kevin Parker Jr. 1 for 1 today. RBI single in the 2nd, then a walk in the 4th. Garcia's first pitch to Parker Jr. hit hard on the ground. Gustafsson collects at first base, and he'll take it to the bag himself for out number 2. Very efficient outing from Cohen Garcia. Now the big test in Bryden Bull at the dish. Lefty-lefty matchup, the first pitch. Bull takes a strike at the knees. Bull in his last time up worked a deep fly out to center field with the bases juiced. Did drive in a run. Now the 0-1 breaking ball inside, but called a strike. Quickly 0-2, Garcia trying to get out of the inning. Another 1-2-3. Garcia fires, Bull, high chopper over to third. Delphine collects the throw to first. Not in time, but Bull with quite the hustle made it a close play. Crawdads go down 1-2-3 yet again for the 2nd straight inning. We'll go to the top of the 7th right after this. The Red Tails trying to work back down by 4. Top of the 7th, the California Red Tails trailing by 4 to the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Hard of the order due up. Zane Silas Holmes, the catcher, substituted in, taking his first at-bat of the day. Then Justin Delphine, the third baseman, also substituted in recently, will take his first at-bat. Kalani Hauregi out there again for the Crawdads. The first pitch to Silas Holmes. Fastball, outer third strike. Silas Holmes from Waldorf University. The 0-1 swing and a miss. Quickly in an 0-2 hole, and Hauregi looking much more confident and in control to start this inning. His 0-2. Misses the fastball outside this time. Leadoff walk to Gianni Ollinger in the 6th. Then a ground out, hit by pitch, and a 6-4-3 double play that helped the Crawdads escape the jam. 1-2. Called strike 3 on the lower third. So in this game, free passes have been an issue. 13 of them yesterday, walks plus hit by pitches. Today, through 6 innings, there have been 9 combined. 3 of them hit batters. First pitch now to Delphine, in there for a strike. Hadegi loops in the breaking ball. The 0-1, chopped foul, third base side. 0-2. Hadegi up to 2 strikeouts now in an inning and 2/3. The 0-2, just fouled away. Delphine stays alive, the West Valley College guy. Right-hander Delphine back in it. Had the nice glove work in the last half to work the ground out. Hadegi misses the fastball into the dirt. Winchell right between his legs. 1-2 count to Delphine. Red Tails still trailing by 4. The offense on each side has sputtered in the last inning and a half. Breaking ball misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Delphine. Kalani Hadegi, the right-hander on the hill for Walnut Creek. Played at Eastlake High School in Chula Vista, California. His 2-2. Misses again outside. Count is full. Hadegi, a guy that didn't pitch a ton in high school, but was a two-way player, one of the best shortstops in California. His 3-2 offering right down Broadway. Strike 3 called. Kalani Hadegi up to 3 strikeouts on the day, all 3 of them looking. Now he's officially gone through 2 innings, relieved Golino in the top of the 5th with 2 down. Now top of the 7th with 2 down. He has yet to allow a run to come across. Against Mulich Reynolds, the first pitch. Outside the zone, 1-0. Mulich Reynolds, the 3rd straight batter for the Red Tails, getting his first of the game. College of Marin guy. Mulich replacing Montgomery at shortstop. The 1-0. Fastball low and away. 2 balls and no strikes on Mulich Reynolds. Hadegi kicks and fires. Strike 1 called. Located the fastball. The 2-0 on its way. Fastball misses away, 3-1. Now Mulich Reynolds, does he have green light? He does not, and takes a slider on the outer third. 2nd straight full count for Kalani Hadegi in his Crawdad debut. Looking for his 4th punch out. Here's the payoff. Ground ball, first base side, gets through. Neither Ronson nor Rolls had a chance at it. And that's just fantastic, fundamental 2-strike hitting. Choke up, serve it the other way. 2-out base runner for the Red Tails brings up Caden Gustafson, the first baseman. And now we're up to 4 straight California Red Tails who have substituted in the last inning or 2 and are taking their first at-bats. Hadegi deals from the stretch. Misses low. After starting this inning with 2 first pitch strikes to Silas Holmes and Delphine, Hadegi has now dished out 2 first pitch balls. Steal attempt, the throw from Winchell might have been in time, but Woodson missed the throw covering the bag. Either way, a stolen base for Mulich Reynolds. And at the dish, 2-0. Hideki kicks and fires, swing and a miss. Now 2-1. Gustafsson, RBI chance. Red Tails nearly had it back on that close fielder's choice call that turned into a double play. Back in the top of the 6th. 2-1 fouled away. 2-2. Woodson flipped to Rolls at second base, then Rolls' throw bit off target, drew Ronson off the bag as they tried to catch Catalano at first. Took a meeting between the umpires and some prompting from Brant Cummings from the Crawdads to get the out call. 2-2 fouled on the third base side. Ronson was pulled off the bag and ended up just getting the tag. His outstretched glove apparently did hit Catalano, which was enough upon review. The 2-2 home. Gustafsson watches a wild pitch bounce in the dirt, and Mulich Reynolds easily will advance to third. Full count, runner at third. Top of the 7th, Red Tails still trailing by 4. Hideki with a payoff to try to get out of the inning. Fastball, outer third, called strike 3. Gustafsson flipped his bat, yanked off the elbow guard. He thought it was ball 4. Instead, the 4th strikeout looking, worked by Kalani Hideki in his Crawdad debut. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. Crawdads trying to extend the lead right after this. Bottom of the 7th, and it's 9-1-2 due up for the Crawdads. TJ Woodson, Shane Aldridge, and Peyton Rolls against the new pitcher for the California Red Tails, Michael Graham, the right-hander. Graham also goes to College of Marin, like many of his teammates here for the Red Tails. He'll face Woodson, who's 1 for 2 today, a 2 RBI double back in the 4th. Righty's first offering. 2-seamer runs outside. 1-0. Woodson also had a double yesterday for the Crawdads. So a pair of hits in each of his first 2 games. The 1-0 fouled away. 1-1. Woodson redshirted this year at Baylor. Played his senior year at Midway High School in Waco, Texas, but 3 years at Hanover High School in Virginia. The 1-1 to him. Well outside, 2-1. In those 3 years at Hanover in Mechanicsville, 548 average as a junior, 6 doubles, a triple, and 2 homers. The 2-1 runs outside, 3 balls and 1 strike. Hitter-friendly count to Woodson. 2-time first-team All-Region and a 2-time second-team All-State shortstop in Virginia. Graham's 3-1. Woodson takes ball 4 well outside. So apart from the double, Woodson also turned a double play back in the 6th inning. Helped the Crawdads escape a jam. Now he's the first base runner in the bottom of the 7th as the lineup moves anew. Shane Aldridge working with a man on. He's got a double back in the 3rd. It's 1 for 3 today. Graham misses his first pitch, 1-0. Aldridge, a do-it-all lefty in the leadoff spot for the Crawdads here. The 1-0. Inside fastball, 2 balls and no strikes. Monster season at Menlo College for Aldridge. 385 on base percentage, 532 slugging, 32 runs driven in. The 2-0 from Graham, fouled back. Aldridge started in right field yesterday and again today. Seems like he might be a mainstay in that spot, especially as the Crawdads wait for a couple other additions in the outfield. 2-1 offering is low. 3 balls and 1 strike. Woodson had that same count in the last at-bat. Ended up holding his swing and worked a walk. Graham sets at the chest. From the third base side of the rubber, Woodson goes. High chopper to first, foul. Woodson with plenty of speed. Had that been a base hit, had a chance to go all the way home. Instead, the count is full. Aldridge, 25 strikeouts to 13 walks at Menlo College this spring. Here's the payoff from Graham. Breaking ball loops in, called strike 3 at the knees. Woodson does steal second, though. RBI opportunity for Peyton Rolls, yesterday's player of the game for the Crawdads. But today, 0 for 3 after going 4 for 5 yesterday. First pitch to Rolls. Woodson goes. The throw from behind the dish, not in time. How about 2 stolen bags for TJ Woodson? It was called a ball at the dish. 1-0 count for Rolls. Certainly not a guy you want to have too many walks with and too many balls in a given appearance. He mashes. The 1-0. Check swing, inside heater. The appeal to third. Did he go? Not this. Yes, he did this time. The 1-1 to Rolls. Inside breaking ball, 2-1 to the man who had an outside chance at winning Mountain West Freshman of the Year, was 3rd amongst freshmen in the conference in batting average at .332, first in hits with 72. He started every single game at second base for the San Jose State Spartans. Takes outside slider, 3 balls and 1 strike. 3rd such count already in this bottom of the 7th. 7th run for the Crawdads, 90 feet away. That's Woodson at 3rd. Garcia for the Red Tails. Winds and deals. Ball 4 well inside. Rolls aboard for the first time today. Runners on the corners for Ryan Ellis, who comes up for the first time in today's game. Ellis had himself quite the day yesterday. 3 for 4, a double and 2 singles. Also scored twice. He now replaces Sutter Moss at the DH spot. Mr. Crawdad, they call him, in his 4th year now. First offering to the lefty. Fastball, inner third, called a strike. Just the first time that Graham has dealt a first pitch strike in this inning. Rising senior at graduate at Sacramento State, Ellis is. The 0-1 fouled away. Rolls took off running, but all for naught. 0-2 to Ellis, who was an instrumental part of the Crawdads getting into the postseason last year. In that final week of the regular season, 7 for 23, 4 doubles, a homer, and 8 runs driven in, helped the Crawdads, who had a losing record, limp into the playoffs. The 0-2 to him. Skied into left field. Coming in, Polizzotti makes the grab. Woodson tags from third. The throw to home. Not in time. TJ Woodson will score on the sac fly into left. 7-2 lead for Walnut Creek. And now 2 down in the bottom of the 7th. Notably, Rolls stays over at first base. He did not try to advance. So still 1 on the board for Barrett Ronson. And Ellis, with that RBI, now has 69 total in his Crawdad career. Good for third. Ronson hits a high drive into right field. Catalano will camp under it and put it away on 1 pitch. Crawdads add 1 in the bottom of the 7th, extend the lead 7-2. We'll take a quick break here on the Crawdad Streaming Network, and we'll be right back for the top of the 8th after this. Welcome back to the top of the 8th on the Walnut Creek Streaming Network. California Red Tails trailing by 5. And in the last couple of innings, the 6th and the 7th innings, no runs today, but yesterday, 9 totals scored by both teams, both Berkovich Honors and the Walnut Creek Crawdads yesterday. Much quieter late frames here at Laney College in Oakland. 8-9-1 due up for the Red Tails. New pitcher for Walnut Creek, Dylan Scott, making his Crawdad debut, the left-hander from Roseville, California. First offering well off target, 1-0. Scott spent 3 seasons at Vanguard University amongst the Division II level, but still has a pair of eligibility years left. He's a rising redshirt junior. Second offering in there for a strike on the outer third. 1-1 to Julian Brennick, the designated hitter. Scott in 2024 got a med red. Then has pitched 16 total appearances over 2 years. He gets a swinging strike there. 1-2 now to Brennick. Went to Wood Creek High School out there in Roseville. As a senior, 3.32 ERA in 12 appearances. The lefty sets at the third base side. Now the 1-2. Two-seamer, outer third, strike 3. Brennick caught looking. 1 down in the top of the 8th. Scott, a guy that the Crawdads have brought in to eat some innings here in this bullpen. Career .661 in 16 innings at Vanguard University. First pitch to Gianni Ollinger, swing and a miss. Well-placed fastball away. Scott resets at the belly. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Same pitch, same spot. Usually lefties have a little bit more trouble against these right-handed pitchers, especially in the CCL, but these past couple of pitches for Scott, working that outer part of the zone. His 0-2 comes home. Swing and a miss. Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Go right back to the well. Making the righties chase outside. One more righty for Scott to face as the red tail lineup turns over. Dominic Scafani, 0 for 4 today, 2 strikeouts, 2 groundouts. The first pitch to him. Fastball bounces inside. 1-0. Scafani at College of Marin. Now out here in the summer. Getting some playing time, having some fun. Here's the 1-0. Well outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Through 7 innings. 2 hours and 14 minutes of game time, much faster than yesterday's contest moved. Scott with the 2-0. Scafani fouls it back, 2-1. Scott, as a rising sophomore at Vanguard, 12 appearances this year, including his first start. 5.68 ERA, a career best. The 2-1 to Scafani runs away from him. Scott, just 4 appearances in 2025, tripled that as a rising redshirt sophomore. His 2-1, pardon me, the 3-1 well outside, ball 4. So his first walk allowed to the Red Tails. A 2-out base runner for Gaetano Polizzotti, left fielder with a chance. Of course, the Crawdads bring in a left-hander, Scott, to face 4 straight righties. A little bit of an interesting decision, but these bullpen moves are predetermined for the most part. Dustin Chaney and Brant Cummings have a good system going where they plan out who's going to start and come out of the bullpen each day pretty far in advance. First offering to Polizzotti, clips the outer corner. 0-1 to him. Now the 0-1 to Gaetano. Called a strike. The throw on to stealing Scafani is in time. Nice caught stealing from Riley Winchell behind the dish, showcasing that cannon. We get out of the top of the 8th. We'll head to the bottom of the frame after this. We'll take a break on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Bottom of the 8th at Laney College here in Oakland, California. The Walnut Creek Crawdads lead 7-2 over the California Red Tails in this non-league contest between the two teams. Heart of the Crawdad order due up 5, 6, and 7. Dylan Perez, Riley Winchell, and Kevin Parker Jr. against Michael Graham on the hill, trying to get through his second inning of work now. First pitch to the lefty, Perez, in there for a strike. Perez, the rising sophomore at Baylor, 1 for 3 today, reached on an error in the second, got his first hit as a Crawdad in the fourth, then lined out in the fifth. The 0-1 chopped weakly foul down the first base side. 0-2 hole for Perez. In 2025, the Crawdads were 2-13 when out-hit by opponents. Yesterday, they were out-hit 18-15, still won. Currently out-hit 6-5, but they are up by 5 runs. The 0-2 to Perez in the dirt, 1-1. So perhaps it isn't exactly the hits that the Crawdads need to get it done. Obviously, you got to score runs, but you can do that a little more efficiently with extra base hits. Either way, the 1-2. Perez takes a breaking ball outside, 2-2. Graham on the hill worked into a little bit of trouble, allowed a sac fly RBI in his first inning. The 2-2, swing and a miss. High cheese gets Perez the chase. Second K of the afternoon for Michael Graham. Brings up Riley Winchell, the catcher, who just caught a man stealing. Dominic Scafani on his way from first to second, no dice, with the experienced catcher from Chabot behind the plate for Walnut Creek. Winchell today, 0 for 2, was hit by a pitch in the fourth. That's his lone time on board. Apart from that, a pair of groundouts. Graham turns and delivers. Winchell blasts one high into left field. Polizzati at the track, camps under it, and loses it in the wind. Riley Winchell over to second base. The question is, that's definitely a hit, I am told. Riley Winchell with his first as a Crawdad, a one-out double in the bottom of the 8th. Winchell, 12 home runs this spring with Chabot College, flashes the power there. And perhaps at another ballpark where the ball flies a little more, that would have been his first with the Crawdads. Instead, he gets a double and brings up Kevin Parker Jr. with an RBI chance. Graham in the stretch for the first time this inning. Kicks and deals. Parker Jr. takes well inside, 1-0. Kevin Parker Jr. got his first hit as a Crawdad in the second inning, an RBI single. Advanced to second on the fielding error there. Since then, reached on a walk in the fourth and grounded out. Fouls back the 1-1. Or the 1-0 to make it 1-1, I should say. Parker Jr. looking for a new collegiate home in the transfer portal at the moment. Didn't play at all this spring at Texas Southern. Graham peers to Winchell at second. Then the 1-1. Fouled back, 1-2. Bryden Bull on deck for the Crawdads. And TJ Woodson would be after him. 5-run lead. Crawdads not quite satisfied with it, though, trying to add some more. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Parker Jr. down on strikes for the first time today. And now a 2-out RBI chance for Bryden Bull. Bull is hitless today, 0 for 3, did drive in a run on a bases-juiced deep sac fly into center field back in the fourth. Yesterday, in his Crawdad debut, 2 for 4 with a pair of singles and 2 runs batted in. Graham misses his first offering to the tall left-hander, 1-0. Six 6'5", 200-pound rising redshirt freshman from the University of Mississippi. The 1-0 to him. Hit foul the other way. 1-1. Through nearly 2 games, we've been waiting and waiting to see that power that Bull is coming to the Crawdads to be known for. Grounds the 1-1 over too short. Mulich Reynolds collects and fires to first to get the out. And that'll do it for the bottom of the 8th. Winchell stranded after his leadoff double. We'll head to the top of the 9th. Crawdads trying to close it out right after this. Here for the top of the 9th at Laney College, the Crawdads lead 5-2 over the California Red Tails, their second non-conference game of the young 2026 season. 2-3-4 due up for the Red Tails. Gaetano Palazzati, Caleb Catalano, and Zane Silas Holmes against Dylan Scott in his second inning of work. First pitch is a strike to Palazzati. Palazzati up to bat again after Dominic Scafani was caught stealing in the top of the 8th that ended the inning. So at bat resumes, but the count resets. Scott's 0-1 outside. 1-1 as the Crawdads try to close this one out. No save opportunity here. Up by 5 for Scott. The lefty turns and delivers. Heater misses away. Should the Crawdads hold on to this victory, we'll bring in likely player of the game, TJ Woodson, for a post-game interview on our post-game show, brought to you by Up the Creek Records. 2-1 misses away yet again. So now 3-1 count to Gaetano Palazzati. Here comes the pitch. Ball 4 outside. Lefty didn't really feel that competitive in that at-bat. No outs, 1 man aboard for Caleb Catalano, man who's been a thorn in the Crawdads' side all day long. Singled in the first, walked in the 3rd and the 5th, and then grounded out to a double play back in the 6th. First pitch to him is a strike, though. Scott ahead 0-1 early in this count. Tries a pick back to first, but Palazzati can trot back pretty safely. More of a control thing rather than trying to actually throw him out. The 0-1 home. Well outside. Last inning, Scott was really effective against these right-handers. Everything was swing and miss stuff towards that outer half of the plate. The fastball, the changeup working really well, breaking away from the righties. This time, the Red Tails hitter's not buying it. They're holding off. Another throw to first, not in time. Do or die situation for the Red Tails, trailing by 5. It's their last chance to tie the ball game up. The 1-1. Called a strike, just clipped the zone. Down in the count, Catalotto choking up, trying to get something started. A late rally for the Red Tails perhaps. Swings and misses on the 1-2. Easy punch out for Dylan Scott. One down in the top of the ninth. Zane Silas Holmes takes the right-handed batter's box. First offering to the right-hander fouled away. Silas Holmes, his first at-bat in the seventh, struck out looking against Kalani Hadegi. Now, how is he going to handle Dylan Scott? The 0-1 comes home, misses away. Scott peers in, now sets third base side of the rubber. The 1-1, fouled away. Silas Holmes just caught the end of it with his bat. Scott, 3 strikeouts already, looking for his 4th. Shallow pop-up, first base side. Ronson over from the first bag and makes the grab. Red Tails down to their final out. And it's Justin Delphine, the third baseman. Big spot for this young man's shoes. And Dylan Scott, with those 3 strikeouts, never had more than 1 in an inning, or in an appearance, I should say. Easy ground ball. Woodson, never mind, not an easy ground ball. He had trouble charging it, took a couple of weird hops, but either way, it's an E6 that allows Delphine to reach first. Two aboard for Kai Mulich-Reynolds. Substituted for Beckett Montgomery at shortstop a couple innings ago. His first at-bat in the 7th. Got things going with a single, but was later stranded. Scott kicks and fires. Fastball, lower third of the zone. It's a strike. Scott kicks and delivers yet again. Wave and a miss. 0-2, and the Red Tails down to their final strike. Down by 5. Runners at first and second, though. All the pressure on Kai Mulich-Reynolds, the young shortstop. Scott trying to get out of it. The 0-2. Fastball gets away from Winchell. Both runners advance on the wild pitch. Now 2 RBI chance for Mulich-Reynolds. Base hit to either of the gap, scores 2 and brings this game within 3. Scott trying to finish it. The 1-2. Grounded weakly over to first. Ronson will take it to the bag himself after fielding cleanly, and that's your ball game, folks. The Crawdads win 7-2 over the California Red Tails. Crawdads open the season 2-0 for the 3rd time in the last 5 seasons under manager Brant Cummings. Just special stuff brewing here in Walnut Creek for these Crawdads. Last year they started 0-2 after a loss to Berkovich Honors and a loss to the Alameda Anchors in 2025. These first 2 games didn't go their way. Starting out the season strong, that was one of our keys to the game. You had to build momentum. That's what we said yesterday, and they've continued to do so here today. So as they do their celebration and kind of wrap things up here, we're going to take a quick break before heading to our post-game show. Today's post-game show brought to you by Up the Creek Records, Walnut Creek's premier destination for vinyls and live music, and an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. We'll have that post-game show right after this. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Crawdads postgame show. Today's show brought to you by Up the Creek Records, Walnut Creek's premier destination for vinyls, live music, and an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Here with TJ Woodson, today's player of the game for the Walnut Creek Crawdads. TJ, big game today. Let's talk about that big double back in the fourth inning. Big 2 RBI double. What were you seeing in that approach heading into the at-bat?
I was in there just looking fastball early in the count. Got one for me and was able to turn on it and drive in 2 runs there.
Played 2 games now with the Crawdads. How does it feel to be out in California?
Oh, it's beautiful out here. The weather is awesome. Really different than Texas. This group got a great group of guys here, and it's awesome. Yeah.
What are some of the early impressions with some of your new teammates? Any kind of jokers, funny guys? How's everybody getting along?
Yeah, we got everyone's getting along great. We got a few jokers in here, but it's a good team. I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. Going back to that double play as well, you've been really effective defensively these first couple of games. You were at second yesterday, then short today. Is there really an adjustment for you going from position to position?
Not much. It's just reacting. It's fine. Just able to make a double play during that and just making the play, routine play.
Absolutely, sounds good. TJ, didn't get a ton of opportunities to play this spring at Baylor. What was your mindset heading into this summer to get a bunch of reps?
Yeah, just trying to get as many at-bats and reps defensively as possible, just to get more experience here and just able to be out here and get ready for college next year.
Anything specifically you wanted to work on coming into the summer?
Definitely just the swing, keep getting more at-bats. It will help me down the road.
Awesome. It looks good. 2 doubles in your first 2 games with the Crawdads, TJ. Anything else you want to say to the fans?
Nope. Let's go Dads.
Awesome. Thank you, TJ. And with that, we're going to head to a quick break here on the Crawdad postgame show, and we'll be right back after this. Back on the Crawdads postgame show, let's have a look at today's sweetest play of the game, brought to you by Batter and Icing, an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. This one all the way back in the 6th inning, a hard ground ball to short. TJ Woodson this is TJ Woodson's big RBI double that put the Crawdads ahead. At the time, would have been 5-2. Our other nominee for this play would have been the double play he turned after the Red Tails had it. Runners on the corners after a double and a hit by pitch to Gianni Ollinger and then Polizzotti. Woodson grounded the play cleanly, flipped to rolls, which you can see right on this one. For Martinez has a hard ground ball to second, flips Fields. No, takes second for one. On to first, in time. First, pulls 4-6-3 double play. He gets the tag, but they didn't determine that until after quite a bit of conversation between both the umpires. But either way, that was our sweet play of the game, brought to you by Batter and Icing. Big win for the Crawdads, all things considered today. 7-2 victory here over the California Red Tails. Some big momentum and an even bigger contest tomorrow. The heated rival Sonoma Stompers. The Crawdads will travel up north to the Bay and play Sonoma, the team that ended their season last year in the 2025 CCL North Championship. Crawdads with some big momentum, big energy, and things look good. Much better spot than they were in last year after starting the season 0-2, but quite the test. Sonoma, perennially one of the better teams in the CCL North, always a thorn in the Crawdads' side, and that rivalry just very contentious between the Stompers and the Crawdads. So that game, 6:05 start time in Sonoma. We'll have it right here on the Crawdads streaming network, so you will make sure to tune in. We'll have that link nice and early for all of you. But don't go anywhere. Or I suppose that's about it for today. For Jack Brooks, our producer, I'm Troy Limoncelli signing off. We'll see you tomorrow in Sonoma. Big game, the first one of the CCL season for the Crawdads.